Thank you so much for being here tonight. You know, it's such an honor to be able to teach, to serve. Some people I'm seeing twice in one day. We were today during our Soul Star meeting, and now again, I'm seeing you for the second time. So welcome. It is a pleasure to see you all, to do this workshop. This is a compilation, I guess, of channelings that I'm going to be, there's, you know, me as a teacher, I like to have slides, but there is, it's Janet Namaste. That's funny. This is a compilation of different things, of tips and tools that I've learned since I was a young child, but also of things that I wanted to share with you that was channeled in to me, that for the past 20 years as a professional intuitive coach and a healer, what I have been utilizing, teaching my one-on-one, the mentorship program, and doing it in a group, the Soul Star membership, and different retreats, all different places. So you're going to learn different techniques tonight that will at least help connect to the love that is inside of you. Know that you're exactly where you need to be. And if you showed up tonight, let me tell you something, that's 80% of manifestation is actually showing up. That's it. The other 20% is Janet Namaste and you. No, I'm kidding. It's what you do with the information that's going to be passed down here. And there's no such thing as failure. These are all lessons that we are going through. So I'm going to share my screen. We are going to go into the chat box. The way that this is going to be transmitted and channeled through is that I will stop at between slides where we may go into meditation. I want you to have a journal ready. Know that you can go back to this as many times as you wish. This is actually going to be on a portal for the next 3 weeks, by the way. So you have 3 weeks to kind of go through this and stay until the end, because at the end, I am going to send out a link and one lucky winner can win a 20-minute intuitive call with me. So this is just manifest it. This is magic. Are you ready to do the work? Let's do it. It's going to be fun. All right. Everyone can see my screen. This is the first time I'm not using my PowerPoint, and I tried to do it on Canva and stuff like that. So welcome, my angels, to this manifestation class. Oh my God, did you guys ever have beepers when you were younger? I mean, some people don't even know what beepers are that are on this call. They're too young. But 143, if you could see, it's page 1 of 43. It means I love you. How cool is that? So the art of manifestation is also the art of knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, and knowing how to read the signs that the universe, the angels, the guides are sharing with you. And 143 means I love you. So that's pretty cool. So in the chat, if you could kindly put in of where you're from, your name, and where you're from. Just put it all in. Where's everyone from? Type it in. What brought you here tonight too?
Janet, we can't hear you.
Valerie from California. Stephanie from San Diego, Beth from LA, Tiff from Miami, Arizona, Los Angeles, Jupiter, Florida, Kari from Del Rey, Miami, Kathleen from Florida, Connecticut, Margaret from Staten Island, New York. Oh God, Staten Island, representing Isla de Staten, New York, Miami, Los Angeles, Oregon. Oh my God, cool. Jamie and Jay, both of you, how cool. Michelle from Vegas, Staten Island, Miami Lakes, North Carolina, Grace. Hi, Grace. Jen from San Antonio, Cameron from Brooklyn, California. We have Ohio. Oh my God. And then we can't hear you. Okay, great. Jackie. Oh, Jackie. Amazing. From Staten Island, California, raised, Arizona, Ohio. Oh my God. Recently moved from New York to Ohio. Congratulations, Christine. I mean, me and Christine share the same birthday, by the way. Lou Jean. This is great. Oh, wow. Ringo's New Jersey. Ella's from New York. Hi, Ella. And Beth. Amazing. Beth is here to manifest what she's looking for in 2023. Don't look too hard because it's there for you. I trust in that. I promise you. So, all right, we're going back. I'm going to share. That's why it's all right. Mercury's in the pre-shadow phase. I'll know not to experiment during like any of these workshops. It's all right. But we're in this together. It's about the patience. All right. So let's get back. So here are the ground rules: to have an open mind, an open heart, to breathe. You're going to learn different breathing exercises that are pretty cool, that get you into the different manifesting brainwave lengths, what I call it. It's like you tap into that zero field. So you're going to learn different ways of breath work, nothing too crazy. And then the last thing is really about commitment. It's to playing it all out, because none of this can be done just by, yes, 80% you show up, you learn, you absorb, but it's what you do with the information. And you have to make it that it's unique to your own particular blueprint, not in accordance to what other people, the way they manifest, because what is your story, what is your destiny is completely unique to you. So really, if you do these 4 steps, honestly, every single day, by the way, it's open minds, the open heart, breathe, and commitment, by all means, is that you can have all that your soul was meant to have, because each and every single one of us, we were born with a destiny. Each and every single one of us has come here with a particular, what I call the soul star. That's what I named my membership, the soul star. And that is our 8th chakra. We are energetic beings. And a lot of the art of manifestation is learning how to work with the 12 universal laws of energy. We're energy beings. Everything is in vibration. Nothing's in a straight line. That's why sometimes people say, well, I've done these affirmations. I've done visualizations. I've done 100 different vision boards. How come it didn't happen yet? Well, it has to do with the wavelength, with the vibration, how well you can drive over and know when to detour, know when to quiet down and listen to your mind, when to pivot. The art of success is being able to pivot with great reverence, being humble, and knowing that it's all part of your destiny. Know that it's all part of the master plan. Know that it's all divinely orchestrated. But when I do the Destiny Blueprint program, I teach people how to navigate from the energy of fate, of things of the hamster and the wheel cycle, and how to navigate into destiny, so you'll never get stuck. So learning these tools that are uniquely to you, which we're going to today, we're going to go through some of them, put it into practice, because you'll see whether or not it's the law of magnetism, whether or not you have a mentality of a winner. And I'm not saying a loser, like, oh, you're a freaking loser. No. It's like the rich and the poor. And it's not to like, look, it's not frowned upon about poor, but it has to do with abundance mentality because destiny is how we're born, the family that we choose, the soul family. It's destined that you're here tonight. You showed up, but it was a choice that you showed up, right? It was there. So there's no such thing as coincidence. We're all divinely connected. So whatever words that are coming through me, it's coming through energy. And even like if I was to record, if anyone can, even in terms of recording, you hear like when you see in garage bands or whatever it is, it's like you're able to see the wavelengths, sound frequencies. So whatever the words are, whatever the language that is being said, whether it's in English or in French or in Spanish, there's a certain vibration of every single number, of every single letter that is out there in the universe, learning how to decipher, to discern, and in your own like soul's blueprint, navigate through will allow you to go into the doors of what it is you are meant to be doing. So for those of you that don't know me, now you do. Once you go namaste, you never go back. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So this is me. This is me. And I've been in this realm of work, believe it or not, for 20 years professionally. I was considered, like my husband and I were talking the other day, and it's like everything now is like even in on commercials and all over the place. They speak about Mercury retrograde. They speak about all of these manifestations. Everyone has a lucky crystal. Everyone walks around, knows what mala beads are, so what used to be so woo-woo and taboo, oops, sorry, whatever used to be woo-woo and taboo, no longer is. It's the norm. So know that even of things that you're creating or thinking that you're manifesting, and you're like, this sounds really wild, this sounds really out there. If the idea came to you, there's a reason why that came to you. There is something that it's not, we're not alone in this world, right? It's like we are part of spirit. That's the energy of the creator. It's soul. That's who you are, and of body. So if a message comes to you, whether it be from your spirit guides, your angels, which is another class in itself, know that, or your higher self, which is your intuition, just follow that. And 20 years ago, when I came out of the spiritual closet, as they say, I was born a clairvoyant. I was born with the 4 different skills. This is something I see, I hear, I feel energy, I sense energy. I was able to discern, even in different languages. I spoke, English was like my 6th language that I spoke. And what I like to say is that I'm able to translate the language of the heart and soul, not necessarily of what people are saying or their body, their aura, but of what actually their truth may be. And many times why many people can do the same. This isn't just me. This is why sometimes relationships fail, and I'll explain why. And the reason why that may be is because and this is not a female male, this is not a gender thing. It's like people that have a lot of feminine energy, they tend to fall in love with the idea and the potential of someone, not necessarily, and know that they have that potential. And then the person that with the masculine energy falls in love or connects to the energy of the person that they are now. That's the law of attraction, the other person. So what it is that we all have that inclination of seeing the potential in something. But in the art of manifestation, the things that I've learned in the past 20 years, I've known how to exit gracefully, even though I'm an emotional MF sometimes. I am. I have my Sag, I have my Sag moon and my Aries rising. I am, burn me once, you're done. But it's about loyal, and it's not about me or you. We're in this life together, and that's the law of oneness. It's about loyalty. And most importantly, 20 years ago, when I began this career, I guess it really was my divine path. It was my dharmic path. I have a degree in education and computer science, but coming from a family of all physicians and scientists, my dad's a quantum physicist and mechanical engineer. I thought and I saw and I was able to feel in different wavelengths, be able to decipher it. But as an emotional being, it's putting it into practice. And I made it my mission to pay it forward, spiritual pay it forward, and share that gift with everyone, because that's what we're here for. We're here to share our gifts, not to keep it to ourselves, and to be our authentic self. Never copy anyone, because that spiritual imposter, whatever it is, will sooner or later, the truth will always reveal itself. You are unique, you are special. Be inspired and share your space and energy, because it's sacred, with the ones that raise your vibes higher. So I want you to put in the chat box, and I'm going to have to go back and forth, a little annoying, but we can do it. Which techniques, which manifestation techniques have you used in the past? Vision boards, what kind of rituals? And I just want to see, if you could put that in the chat box. Which ones have you used before? Vision boards, Catherine, vision boards, angel cards, journaling. Carrie, from vision boards, journaling, Sydney, journaling, Nicole, mind visualization, positive self-talk. Okay. Positive affirmations, Margaret, Allie, vision board, visualization. That's in my visualization language. Luann, vision boards, journaling, angel cards, meditation, Jocelyn, guided meditations. Jacqueline Reynolds, congrats, my angel. Diane, right intentions. Oh, on candles, bay leaf and paper, charge and burn them. And not charging money, like energetically charging. She doesn't, okay. Carla, crystals, affirmations. Oh my God. All right, got it. Sue, vision boards, write and repeat mentally. Okay. Insidious, Jamie, vision boards, journaling, prayer, positive. Okay, so it seems like Christine, I wanted to do vision board. By the way, she wanted to do vision boards, but it takes so much time. FYI, just pure Christine is an artist. But it takes so much time. Rituals, chakra meditation, tarot cards. Eileen, feeling as if it already manifested. Oh, beautiful. Fallon, moon rituals. Very good. That's the divine feminine energy. And by the way, this is like the fact that we're doing it today on December 20th, 2022. It is a very powerful day. Jupiter moved into Aries. This is an initiation day. I just chose this day because it was one of the only days that I was free in December, but it happened to be a beautiful, like energetic, like the once in a lifetime of like brand new ways that we could actually begin today. And tomorrow's the solstice, which is beautiful. Mariana, affirmations, amazing. Awesome. Affirmations and prayer, Christine, Lisa, revisioning. Interesting. I don't know what revisioning is. Maybe it's visualization. So possibly. Okay, super cool. Amazing. So I'm going back to here. So would you consider that these manifestation practices to be successful? Have they worked for you? Tell us. My daughter did these slides. She's like now employed by me. I think I know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to log in here. I know what I'm going to do. Have they been successful? And in what way? Like if you had to rate it from 0 to 10, how like were they successful, in 10 being like, oh my God, everything that I wanted came true? Like what would it be? All right, beautiful. Oh, Now I could see the chat. Oh my God, thank God. Okay, amazing. So, Carla, and I'm grateful for what I have. Okay, that's a 6. But okay, of what you did, great. Spiritual mind treatment, 6 to 10. Success. Okay, cool. Katie's still struggling with getting outcomes, but keep working on it. You keep on working on it, Katie. Linda, an 8. Jen got a 2. That's her part, not consistently showing up to journal or get in my feels. I love that you said that, Jen, that it's so authentic that you actually said that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, because it really has to do with like showing up. So let's go into the psychology of manifestation. This is great. And the psychology of manifestation, there are 12 universal laws. What are they? I'm just grabbing all my things here. The one that really is, the one that begins it all is the law of oneness, actually. When it all began, right, it was the sound of Om. It was the beginning sound. It was the sound of the divine, but it's also the energy of all there is, and that we are actually all connected. What you see in me, what I see in you, we are able to see the positive, and even sometimes the things that irk us, perhaps there are certain things that we need to work on. So one of the universal laws that have to do with the art of manifestation has to do with the law of attraction as well. The law of attraction states that whatever you really, really desire, and this is like years ago when the book The Secret came out, and I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great that, I'm like, wow, finally, like they brought this into mainstream about like manifesting and about really, really desiring something. And if you really visualize it, and if you really want it, then it happens. But why doesn't it? Well, the law of attraction also states that it's whatever energy that is in your subconscious programming. So for instance, if in the subconscious program, there is energy of lack, if there's energy of I'm not good enough, or doubt, if there is even 1% of uncertainty in what it is that you're doing, then you're going to keep on pivoting. And that is like into the left doors. The destiny has only right doors, which is your optimal potential. But the left doors, if you could picture your destiny along corridor, the left doors are the shadow aspects. And the shadow aspects are things that we may have learned since we were children. These are the subconscious programs that keep on replaying in our heads of you're not good enough, or perhaps of things that we learned through of learned behavior, modeling behavior. If there was a way that your father showed up, or your whoever raised you, your father, your mother, and they had scarcity mindset of there's never going to be enough, or they planted in your head of a certain things that you saw covert or over, things that maybe you've experienced, and they put in your head every single day, you must do this in order to get that. So it's this feeling of like, if I don't achieve, if I never achieve, or I'm not, or if I don't get 100 on something, or if I don't become a doctor or a lawyer or any other professional, or something that is in their viewpoint, in their perspective of what was the energy of survival. Okay. For so long, humans have forgotten of what living is. Living is actually, it's being in the present moment. It's being expanded, being in the present moment. We are all energy beings. And when we forget that, we get caught up in the matrix, we go into the left doors, and we start going into victim consciousness. But if you're lucky, there are 3 signals that will help you get out. The first one is your intuition. The second, you feel it on the physical ailment, which we're going to get into in a moment. And the third is like, it's the law of impermanence, which is one of the universal laws, that it's everything has a beginning, middle, and end is dying, or we get older, right? It's like our physical bodies, we age, but through age, there is wisdom, even relationships, when it's time to move on and go, you go, or you elevate together. It's about our soul's evolution. So the psychology of manifestation has to do with the subconscious programs of the main laws of the law of one, knowing that we are all together and that we're all going through it. So helping one person without thinking, what am I going to get in return? Like what have you done for me lately is the law of love. It's the unconditional love. And when we're doing things in the state of unconditional love, of genuinely like sharing certain things to uplift the vibrations of the world becomes a kinder place. So as you manifest of what it is that you desire, because it's there, it's in the field. And you're going to see that in a moment. It's in the field. It's like in the invisible at this moment. And that's why if you are an energy healer or you are intuitive and you have like scarcity mindset of like, oh my God, what do I charge? That's another topic. But no, just because it is intangible and people don't see it, it's not a physical product. Know your value, because you were born with a specific gift. And when you own in your worth and your value, then in itself, you're going to feel that energy of reciprocity. And that is the energy of also the law of duality. What do I mean by duality? You cannot have a left without a right. That's the duality. You cannot measure darkness or light without light. There's this energy we learn on this planet Earth through also the law of duality, as above, as below, right? So it's all of these energy that what may appear to be, right, at this moment in time, that there's always a polarity. And when you tune into the polarity, the energy of compassion comes in. If you can neutralize the energy of judgment and you put it into compassion, compassion doesn't mean condoning someone for harming you. You could forgive. It's the energy of forgiveness. It neutralizes the situation. And then you evolve, and then you're able to go into the doors of your destiny. So those energy laws are very important. The duality, the law of attraction, as above is to below, the law of one, and also it's universal love. But there's so many other ones of, to create, to manifest is the law of inspired action. How do we get that law of inspired action? How do we activate it? Is when you're tuned in of knowing who you are. That's the art of consistency. When you're doing something without saying, I'm doing this in order to get. No, I'm doing this to feel the peace. So then I'm able to see the clarity of what is already. And that's where I connect with people like you that are ready to step into their greatness. That is the truth. So what is this? How's everyone feeling? Good? My angels. So here we go. This is a tree, right? I'm all about the tree of life. So this is the tree of life, and this is the truth of the matter. What I was speaking about before. What's invisible creates the visible. We are energy beings. It's all about frequency. The chair's energy, your thoughts are energy. And even those of you that are mothers, that are fathers, that are parents out there, even when our kids were very little, or even animal furry, parents, when our kids were little, like we're like, oh my God, I hope they don't fall. And they're in the playground, they're playing, and you're like, oh my God, I hope they don't fall. I hope they don't fall. And all of a sudden they fall. You're like, shit, I knew that. Now, did you really know that? Or are your fears that are playing in the background actually is the effect of that? That's the law of karma, cause and effect, by the way. Karma's not necessarily of like an eye for an eye. If that person like that if somebody does harm to you, that they're going to feel the same thing like from you. There's this law of energy balancing. And that's the cause and effect. You have to understand that even your thoughts have energy. And through your thoughts, you have to be very cognizant. When you become aware, you realize, oh, wow, I'm an alchemist. And anything I think is getting like, this is my computer programming mind. Anything I say gets stored up in the hub, right? It gets stored up in the motherboard, let's say, or maybe that's my alien, the mothership, the motherboard. Where did I get that from? Gets stored up in that database. It gets stored up there, and anytime, like, that's the program that keeps on going of doubt. I hope they don't. I hope they don't. You use words. Words have energy. Hope actually doesn't even have, like, I hope it happens. That's the energy of it. It actually has lower vibration. Okay. The energy of knowing is the energy of certainty. So, but it can't actually manifest unless you actually align with your truth. So what's invisible creates the visible. Your roots, your DNA roots, your past life roots. Yes, I'm going to go woo-woo on you because I do regression for those of you that have met me for the first time. That's like, my thing. That's my jam, is regression. I've been doing it for many, many, many years. And so there are things that are in our roots that we don't know why we fear certain things, but it's embedded, whether it's in our DNA, whether it's mental, something that we saw as a kid, whether it's in a past life. When the similar frequency of that emotion, like attracts like, boom, 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 it activates something in our brain, and it starts like, so receptors start going, and all of a sudden we hinder ourselves from stepping into our greatness, because last time when we did it, perhaps we failed, or it was our perception of failure, because you never really do fail. We got to keep on going and going and going. You think like Einstein never failed? Are you kidding me? Come on. The greatest geniuses are the ones that can fail and get up and do it again. But it takes courage. It truly does take courage. It takes, and when I say mentorship, it takes, it's wonderful when you have a partner or you're part of a group or a community that can hold you in a loving, nurturing, accountable space that you feel it, and that's the way we grow. That's the way we grow. So our roots, our roots create our fruits. So our roots of what our thought patterns is, and we're wondering why we don't have that X amount of, like, zeros in our bank account. And I'm not saying after the decimal point. I couldn't give a shit about after the decimal point. I'm talking about before. Before, where did that mentality come from of, the scarcity? There's poverty, then there's middle class, not poverty, there's the lower income, then there's the middle class, and there's the rich class. We need to start behaving rich. And I'm not speaking about like any type of superficial bullshit that of your appearance, or this is the way rich people, blah, blah, blah. It has to do with the mentality of knowing that you're going to be taken care of and not being afraid of manifesting. Abundance thinking is not afraid to work hard at it. Abundance thinking is not afraid to show up. Okay. Middle class or middle income is thinking, all right, I'm not afraid to show up, but how is this going to be received? It's the in between. And the poverty thinking is like, I don't know, what if I really do become abundant? Oh my God, I'm going to have to hire a team. Oh my God, I'm going to have to hire high paid accountants. Oh my God, I'm going to have to pay higher taxes. By the way, that actually hit me. I didn't realize that until I was like meditating. I'm like, oh my God, after I did my taxes, and it's like, what are we going to do? Make less money so we don't pay as many taxes? It is constantly, money is currency. Your time is currency. Your thoughts are currency, because what you're thinking is what you can create. So this is the formula. That was so Staten Island of me. You could take the girl out of the island of East Staten, but you can't take that out of the girl. And by the way, manifesting, you got to be authentic to yourself. You can't, hold on one second. You got to be authentic. Amen. Thoughts are currency. Now I'm looking at the, oops, sweaty. Okay, ready? Here is the formula, my angels. M, this is about our physical. We're going to go a little bit of esoteric woo. We're going to go about, 3D reality too. M is, we're going to start from the left, is our body. This is our mental body. Those are our thoughts. Those are our thoughts. So depending on what we were exposed, even in a past life or since childhood, especially from 0 to 7, gets stuck in our mental body. And when I say stuck, it doesn't mean it's stagnant. That's when people come to me and they're like, oh my God, I don't know there's something there. I can't remember, but why I keep on getting stuck. Right away, I know exactly how to tap into that deep work that we do. It's the deep insight work of how to unblock that and knowing the truth. When you know the truth and then you're able to reprogram your belief system, it's not superseding. You're not bypassing, because bypassing will always get you back to feeling stuck. It's just a different situation that appears to be a different situation with a different scenery, but the same theme, or a relationship. And you're like, oh my God, here I am in the same relationship again, but it's a different mask, right? So here we go is hold on one second. Here we go. Mindset is part of our mentality. This is our mental body. And through our mental body, we create the thoughts. And our thoughts they're not real. They're tangible. It comes in, it comes, it goes, comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. We have hundreds of thousands of thoughts in one day. Could you imagine if we really gave power and it was truthful? You can manifest like the greatest miracles of everything that you ever wanted and desired. Now, how? It's the emotional charge that you give to it. So that's the E. It's the emotions, okay? And if we are like, I'm very emotional. I am. That's why before I even manifest, I need to tune in and I meditate. I go from like 100 to a 1, not to 0. I'm not flatlined or zone out. To a 1, I'm in a beautiful, like serene state. And that's when you're able to even work through trauma. We've all experienced some sort of trauma, or we know somebody that has. So through the mental body, then our emotional body that is there, it's part of our auric fields. That's, our chakras have different auric fields that surround it. And those different things like have orbs or different memories or cells that are there. And when you give that emotional charge to it, that's like, Miracle Grow. Like, did you ever have the Chia Pet where like the hair just starts growing or whatever it is? So it's like literally mitosis starts happening. And what happens, that mitosis of the emotional field starts affecting us, the P. So we're going MEP. The P is our physical body. And the last is the results. That is the way we manifest through our mental, which has to do with subconscious, our deep insight, spiritual work, our emotions. Then we feel it in our physical body, and R is the results. Or if it ain't aligned with you, if it isn't your truth, the lack of results. Listen, got to call a spade a spade. So what is stopping you? Type into the chat box. What is stopping you? What is stopping you? What is it exactly that's stopping you from manifesting what it is that you truly desire? Put that in the chat. Jane, fear. It's okay if I could say your names. Diane, fear of failure and fear of success. Linda, patience. Jackie, doubts in my thoughts. Jamie, feeling lack. Lack of grace. Exhaustion. Confusion, lack of clarity. Yes. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Thank you for your authentic answers. Limiting beliefs, Carla, Sydney, uncertainty, fear, Mariana, fear, Tiff, commitment. You're one of the most committed people I know, but you see, it's our view of ourselves. Christine, clarity, fear of loss and doubt. You just picked up and moved to a different state. This is incredible. Come on. Katie, trauma, certainly. That can, of course, limiting beliefs and scarcity. the trauma and things that we saw, whatever, that of course that affects. Jocelyn, more emotional intensity, have the belief. And Eileen is her addiction to stress. Listen, it's, some people, it's, what it is, also the addiction to stress. I think it's funny, Eileen, but there's truth to that. Drama, exactly, Tiff. I'll tell you a little story. When I was in my clubbing years, right? I had a friend who, I hope she doesn't watch this, but you know what? It's okay. I had a friend that had this boyfriend, and she would love, she loved drama. She just loved drama. She loved the attention. And by the way, that's scarcity mentality, thinking that love is getting the attention. Then what happens is that you don't manifest the love that you desire, because you end up being a people pleaser. You think the way that you gain that love, that relationship, that everything that you've ever wanted is by getting the attention. That attention is great. The attention is, so I'm not saying that if people who have attention are victims, absolutely not, but it's a false language of love. It's a false currency of love, completely. So I had a friend back, actually I still have a friend. We're still friends, since actually our grandparents were best friends, our parents, this is generations. So she had a boyfriend, and yeah, ego, totally. She had a boyfriend, and I think we were in college. She was in NYU at the time. Brilliant, beautiful girl. And wherever we would go, guys would hit on her, wherever, really beautiful girl. And she had a boyfriend, and this boyfriend, she loved the idea of that. Possessiveness equals love. No, it doesn't. It does not. It was that highs. It was that adrenaline rush of when he would get angry. And every single place that we would go into, oh my God, we would get kicked out by bouncers. Do you understand? That is so I don't like trouble. Absolutely not. So I had to stop going out with her, because I love to dance. I love music. I love the vibration. But she was utilizing that energy of victim mentality, and the victim mentality needs that attention, when in reality, you don't need it at all. You have everything that you need, right where we're, hold on one second. Yeah, you have everything that you need. And the people that are meant to be with you, they're going to be with you, not because of somebody else has your attention. That's not real love. So what are fears? Fears are false evidence that appears to be real. It's our criticism of you can't. It's that voice of judgment inside of us. And for a moment, I want you to think about that voice of judgment. What does that voice of judgment echo? What does it say to you? What is when you are about to do something that you really, really, really want to do? What does that voice say inside? What does it say? Does it say, no, you can't do it, or you're not good enough? Type it into the chat box. What does it say? Because it's our resistance to step out of the matrix that's holding us back. The matrix keeps us in this pseudo prison. And if you showed up tonight, and if you're listening and you listen to the replay, then you are not a victim of your circumstance. You are not a prisoner of your four walls. You're a prisoner, though, of your belief system, of the idea that you need to behave in a certain way or show up in a certain way in order to get. It's being aligned with yourself, taking your own personal, action. So the fears that that people have is what people would think, how it's going to show up. Exactly. And I have to tell you something. Let's see how long you stick with it. Carla, what will people think? I have the same fears also, especially coming out of the spiritual closet and all these other things of what will people think? But you know what? Ultimately, it's not even they really don't even care that much. It's just when we show up in our authentic self, you're actually leading by example and not by ego. It's the soul leading. It's really of you, maybe in when you were a child, and I'm not speaking just about this person that put that in the chat. It's perhaps somebody in, when you were a child and you were about to, do something, and then your parents said, oh my God, you can't do that. What will the neighbors think? That's something that's in our programming completely. Somebody else wrote, it'll never happen, or nobody has your back, so there's no room to mess up. Yes, that is also, that's actually a trauma response as well, that nobody has your back, or the fear of even asking for help. I just actually wrote this article for this media publication, and really it was like, I didn't realize that I could ask for help. We burn out when we think that no one's there, no one would understand. It's not even understanding of an ego perspective, or not wanting to put anyone out of their way, but that has to do with inside of not feeling good enough. Victim, lower, poverty mentality. Not good enough, not good enough. Can it really happen? It's the doubts. The doubts, it's what, for those of you that know, I've been studying Kabbalah, in the Kabbalah, like Kabbalistic principles and the Kabbalah for, oh my God, I'm married for 20 years. So almost 30 years, I've been dealt in that practice. And really the energy of the shadow is called Satan. They say it in their Hebrew accent, Satan, which is Satan. There's no devil. It's the devil that we create with our fears. It's that shadow, and that energetic vibration through that mitosis, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and denser and denser. But the thing is what actually dilutes it all is the truth and being consistent with it. It's like the Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy took the water, and she like splashed the water, and the Wicked Witch of, I don't know, the Northeast, West, I forgot. She melts. That is actually your truth. That is your lie. That it eliminates your lie. And that's what it is. So this is great. The way we transmute fear is through our light. Oh, typo. Exactly. Being consistent with our daily practices, getting oxygen, the breath. When we realize that we're in this co-creation, the breath that we inhale is actually God's exhale. We're spiritual beings, believe it or not. When you look in someone's eyes, you know that there's a soul remembrance. There's nothing like, or even a voice. There's something that connects us all together. There's something vaster and bigger than what we could even imagine, that loves us tremendously. So we are not being punished. We punish ourselves when we forget about those laws. So what is the key? The key is to be in the here and now, to connect to the moment, to embrace the present moment. Because when we're living in the past, there's so much, like, it's like a hamster in a wheel. We keep on thinking of the regret, shame, the regret, the shame, those voices that you told me, not good enough, no self-control, not smart enough, like all of those type of, like, those energies. That already happened. That was in the past, and it could have been one incident, but that one incident that we showed up vulnerable and somebody knocked us down, that went into our brain of saying, if I show up like this, then that's what happens. Some psychological, besides energetic work that can help, I think it's called CBT, cognitive behavior technique, where you can kind of pivot away, but we could do that through subconscious programming. When I say pivot away, it's recreating of what is in the here and now. When you connect to the present moment, that's where miracles can happen. And when you look through life of like miracle that you just even woke up, you have an opportunity to create. I know it sounds like a little bit airy fairy, but it's the damn truth. You have an opportunity to create this day better than you did yesterday, without complaints, because you are going to have sometimes like detours, you are going to have some obstacles, but these are obstacles that you saw before in your soul contract before you came here. That's the destiny program I do, and you signed it. So there is nothing that you cannot handle. You saw it all before. So each opportunity that pops up in the present is the miracle for you to manifest it differently now. You know, there's a Seinfeld episode where I don't know, everybody here, I think, is from the States that's on tonight, but there's a Seinfeld episode where George Costanza, I think Jerry Seinfeld, tells him nothing was going for him. And he said, why don't you try doing everything the opposite? If you love chocolate, try vanilla. If you are going to do, go left, go right. And he did. And it's a great, I love Seinfeld. And what happened was suddenly things started going along like for George Costanza. People started showing up. He started getting like these beautiful women that he've always wanted to date, whatever it was. He got the job he wanted. Why? It's reprogramming of what it is. And it's not bypassing, it's reprogramming and behaving in a way where we're not attached to the results. He was just doing it. Because when you're not in the now and you're focusing on the future, what is this going to bring me? What is this going to bring me if this doesn't? We start feeling anxiety. And perhaps it was something that we may have experienced when we were a child, of like that feeling of that we saw, perhaps of somebody suffering when they weren't in the moment. So I want you to take a look at this wheel. We did the tree of life. Now I want you to kind of like, we're going to do this very quickly. The reason why I say quickly, it's not because of, not honoring your time, but the reason why is because I don't want you to use logic associated with it. I'm all about the realness. When people have to think long and hard, wait, let me think of the question. Let me think of the answer. Let me think and think and think, where logic sometimes what it does, it messes with our intuition. So I want you to look at this wheel of life, and you don't have to draw it. You could just put in of where you are at this moment from 0 to 10 or 1, of where you are of when in terms of the goals that you would like. Oops, sorry. I'll go back to that. All right. The goals that you would like to share, that you would like to in 2023. Okay. And when I say of like, it's not just like a here and now, where first we're going to do of what goals you'd like to set. How about like where you are right now? Let's say family and friends, like, or is it rich? Is it abundant? Or you feel not so much? So where would you like to be? And just put that number there. Personal growth. So I'm just going to give you like a minute to do that. Usually we do it of where we are right now. What I want to do is actually the goals. I want you to kind of, we're already going to raise up the vibes. So I'll give you a minute to do that. All right. If it's about finances, I want you to write down a number. I'm telling you, write it down and put it in the chat. I don't care what other people think. You'd be like, oh my God, somebody's going to see how much like money that I want to desire. Oh my God, it's only $10. Oh my God, it's $1 billion. Am I being greedy? No, I'm making you do this for purpose. Show up. This is us. And whoever's meant to see it, maybe there's going to be somebody on the call and be like, oh, wow, I can help this person achieve. That's my forte. Write down a number you want to achieve by December 31st, 2023. That's my birthday, by the way. So what number? Okay, 10K a month. Cool. I don't know what 11 means. $11, Nicole? I could give you that right now. I'll Venmo it. Okay. Katie, 100K. Okay, good. 200K annually. Cool. Lisa, 16 million. 170. Oh my God, you guys are going so fast. 1 second. 200K annually. 175K annually. 100K. 1 million. Oh, this is good. Grace, 200K. Sydney, 100K. Oh, Sydney's here. Margaret, 5 million. She's like 1 million. Okay. Jamie, okay. I don't know, 100K to 275K. Okay. I don't know if it's annually. You have to write down a month or a year, annually or a month or a week. Ooh, a week. Okay, Jacqueline, 8,888,000. Okay, if that's what came to mind, absolutely. Carla, 100K. Valerie, 86K. Look how precise, 86K. Diane, 800K. I'm with you, Diane. Allie, oh, I'm with Allie, 10 million. Listen, 250K, 2 mil, okay, 290, 200. Okay, Elizabeth. Okay, so she literally, she has her finger, Liz has a finger in her pinky by her her mouth, and she's saying $1 billion, ha, 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 with an additional income of 100K a month. Okay, this is good. 10 million net worth by end of 2023, 222K per year. Sue, 111 annually. Okay, this is great. Let me tell you something. This is not a political thing. I'm going to say Donald Trump. I don't care what you think about him. I don't care your politics. Donald Trump has billionaire mentality. Okay. One good thing, this is not, no politics. The way millionaires lose their money, they make it back. They make it back. Donald Trump doesn't think like a millionaire. He thinks like a billionaire, He lost everything. He made it back. And I'm not saying to be like Donald Trump. Okay. I'm not saying the art of finances. I'm saying that same mentality. That's rich people mentality. They don't get attached of, I'm going to have just enough so I'm comfortable. Bullshit. I want to be comfortable, and I want to be so wealthy that I could give back to others, because this is what I've noticed, those that are in a lower bracket in income, they are buying the lotto tickets. They take half their salary and they are buying lotto tickets saying, I am going to become a millionaire. I made a lotto ticket vision board. Wait, what? Okay, what if you win the lotto? You're not going to have the container big enough inside of you to contain that money. You won't know what to do with it. It's that energy of rich breeds rich, prosperity. And it's not just about finances. Okay. I brought him up just so it's like, it may be an emotional charge for some people, but good. Let it be an emotional charge. You're not going to forget it. I need you to think like a billionaire. Okay. Oprah too is easier for me. Okay. Oprah, me too. I'm one with Oprah. Me too. You get a millionaire and you become a millionaire and you become a billionaire. Not that you get a millionaire. We don't want to marry just rich, okay? Or be in a relationship with someone, because love is not ownership. No. A billionaire mindset knows that if they lose it, they don't get attached to it. They can make it back because it's inside of you. You know what is it? You know what an entrepreneur is? I'm an entrepreneur. I could create anything out of it. And I'm a master manifestor, and I'm an entrepreneur. And I used to have almost like shame that I could create wealth, but I could create wealth and I teach other people how to create wealth, not even knowing. An entrepreneur is selling something that will bring value to someone, that will bring up their soul worth, their self-worth, something that they could utilize. That's like an entrepreneur knows they are problem solvers. That's what entrepreneurs are. But they have to know their worth to create that value for themselves. I'm shouting. I'm so sorry. I'm shouting. So even being wealthy is also of having healthy relationships, because when we don't have healthy relationships, when we have relationships in which we're feeling scarce, or we're wondering of how we're going to be perceived, or if I show up this way, it's entrapment. So I want you to write down and put in the chat box of the qualities that you most admire about someone, not revolving around something that they can do for you, not what have you done for me lately, but what attributes that your soul is attracted to. Okay. Grace, dignity, drive. I'm all about truth and integrity. compassion, kindness. Yep. Living the truth, loyalty. That is the truth. Carry my star karma, sister. Loyalty is of utmost importance. Sincerity, being yourself. Creating healthy relationship begins with yourself. All these things that you see, those attributes that you desire in someone else, begins with yourself. If you want someone to invest in you, you have to invest in yourself. It's like, even now, I had an opportunity to travel to the West Coast, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't leave my family. I can't do this. I'm like, okay, they're going to survive at this moment in time, and I'm going to invest in myself, because it's of its utmost importance, because if not now in the present, that moment is gone. That moment is gone. And not that what is meant to be yours is not going to show up, but you may have to wait a little bit longer for it to happen again. So when there's an opportunity, don't wait until tomorrow. Invest in yourself in all those things that you are writing: compassion, positive, loyal, sincere, honest, truth, grace. Yeah, grace is important. Healthy in all aspects. Mental, spiritually, physically. Yep. All those things. The best investment you could make is starting with yourself, the healthy relationship. Do you have an abundance mindset when it comes down to you? Or do you like say, whatever? Like, even in terms of the food that you eat, do you have of what it is that you're putting in your body? Because if it's about your physical health, that's also abundance. Are we eating Doritos and bonbons? Or are we actually taking time and creating the food? And maybe you don't have to be like, Julia Child or whatever, another chef or some great, but what is it, the energy, the mentality that you're putting into the food that you eat? Physical health is also abundance. Think about even, and I'm not a Debbie Downer, I can tell you that. I'm a truth teller and not in your face to make you feel anything. No. But I say it the way it is, sometimes with no filter, but with a lot of love and compassion. Think of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs passed away, right? There's nothing, he was a billionaire. Not enough money could create like the health that he needed at that moment in time. And why? I'm not saying because he didn't love himself enough, but when we are just focused on one, and I'm not saying that it's that he was doomed. If he loved himself, he would have lived. Absolutely not. There's a destined path. When we are born, there's also a day where we die. Okay, it's written there. So that's why life is in the moment. Life is in the moment. We have to, what keeps us going is our why. That's our North Star. The art of manifestation, of when you're like, oh my God, I'm so impatient. Somebody wrote that down. Go back to why you started. So now let's go into like physical health. No amount of money can save a physical body unless you start with the mental. But what is it? And our physical body is the container of our soul. Our soul has dreams, it has aspirations, but it cannot do it without this vehicle. So we must be very kind and treat it abundantly. Don't, like I go on the Peloton every single day. Well, not every single day. That's actually a lie. Okay. This like 4 to 5 times a week. But I practice every single day. It's not just of body image. It has to do with mental health as well. Write down now the abundance physical health. What are the goals that you want in 2023 that has to do with physical health, abundance mindset? We need to nourish this physical body in order for our soul to have a healthy outlet. Type it in the chat. Best shape I've ever been, building up a strong immunity. Yeah. Clarity, lightness, strength, Healthy muscle weight. I love that. Continuing self-care appointments consistently. Oh, that's a good one, Katie. Oh my God. That is a good one. That's part of abundance mindset. Because if you're here to manifest great things, you have to we're here to help one another. It's not just like doctors, it's metaphysicians. This is great. Be free of medications. Okay. But it's like, if you need the medication, I'm not a doctor. This is like disclaimer. Usually I have, but consistently self-care appointments, be free of medications, cook cleaner, move every day, listen and honor my mind, my body. Okay, great. Tiffany, she's about to give birth. She may even give birth right now. Lose baby weight, walk minimum of 10K steps a day, maybe 11, maybe 10.1. Strength train. Okay. Conscious eating. That's good. Conscious eating. Healthy weight, consistency. Carla, stop putting toxins in my body. Good one. Yeah. Toxins, they bring our vibration. We have a frequency level, hertz in our body. Yep. Diane, to start running again, oh, cool. Old marathon time. Excellent. I bought my kids for Christmas a new treadmill. We had ours for probably 20 something years, but I'm not a runner. Okay, great. Now, if it's all about your mental well-being, write down the positive changes you want to commit in order to achieve a better mindset, lifestyle, whatever it is, journaling, meditation. I want you to right now, because when we're even though you're putting it in the chat, putting pen to paper afterwards will solidify this. So mental well-being, type that in the chat. Write that down. Mujin, meditation. Meditating and breath work. Got it. Meditating and breath work. Okay. Shutting off from work. Boundaries, mamacita. That's right, Jen. Boundaries. Carla, writing my gratitudes down, going back to meditation. All right. Jacqueline, church. She goes, okay. Yoga, meditation, family, children. Okay. Let's go forward. Here's the secret. We're then going to go into a meditation in a second. Okay. Positive podcast. I have a positive podcast, Katie. Cool. Looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay. This is part of it. Okay. That's great. Principles of manifestation. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. What is that exactly? Well, this is your subconscious blueprint. So we already saw it's the mental, goes into our emotional body, then it goes into our physical, and that's our results. But this is our subconscious blueprint. And I call it steer, right? We're steering our blueprint, baby. We're steering our destiny bus or our destiny limousine or our destiny, whatever is abundant to us, it's steered. Now, the first step is tuning into the subconscious programming, where the lack was that we all shared of that voice of judgment that's inside of us. You're not good enough. What if I fail? What if I'm not this? Who's gonna, what are they gonna think? And there's no belittling. It's yours. It's your truth, or at least what kept you in survival mode for so long. Okay. So the first step is subconscious programming. The second is your thought process, being cognizant of the thoughts, catching it, being the observer of the thoughts. Michael Singer speaks about that, being the observer, not being one with it. You're watching the thoughts. It's just a thought. And then honoring the act, the emotion, the emotional field, and then taking action. And then that's the results or lack of results. But your subconscious programming, this is your blueprint. This is where you go. That's what's around you. When people are like, oh my God, I sense their energy. And at times it could be anxious. That's the blueprint. That's not essentially of your soul's blueprint. Your soul's blueprint is completely different. Your soul's blueprint is what is in your heart. This is what in your soul star. This is what is everything that you signed up for, and your own dharmic purpose, your passion and purpose. That's different than subconscious blueprint, but the blueprint is what is driving right now, and that is not necessarily our truth. So what is the zero field? This is where we manifest. We manifest where it's the state of all and nothingness. This is when it comes down to the law of divine oneness. So when we really create, and this is something where, oh goodness, Carl Jung, I think he speaks about this. It's called tabula rasa. And tabula rasa is when it is a blank slate. A blank slate is where the imprints that of going back to when you were a baby, all you knew when your soul was born and it came, your baby came, all the first subconscious. What was that behind me? Did you see that? I just saw something behind me. Anyway, I know that you saw it too. That was crazy, but I'm not scared. It's all good. So that being said, my angels, yeah, Carla did also. Going back to the blank slate, when we were babies, when we were young, all the first subconscious signal comes. We sign our soul contract. An angel brings us to our parents. We choose our parents. We're saying, I chose you because this is what I'm going to go through. Beautiful. Oh my God. I hope it wasn't. I would die if it was a black bug. I will die. I'm sorry. I don't like bugs. Anyway, that being said, the first subconscious thought that comes in, it says, you're here in order to be happy. Okay, great. Oh my God, great. Happiness. Great. I get this lifetime. I get to be happy. Oh my God. And what happens? We realize through different people that what our quest for happiness, we all want the same thing. The common denominator of everyone is, I want to be happy. And happiness is abundance, it's prosperity, it's relationships, it's great health, it's vitality, it's all those things that you said, clarity, all those things. But the thing is that it's the way we go about our happiness is what makes us different, our quest. So when we go into the zero field, the state of all and nothingness, the law of divine oneness, that's when and where it's that feeling of neutrality where we can create. And we can do it through breath work. And I'm going to do a little exercise with you all right now. So the breath work is something in which there's different wavelengths. Oops, I think that's the bug moving my mouse. Wants to take over. The breath work is imperative because the breath can recalibrate your autonomic nervous system, your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system. And there's different kinds of breath. So this is the type of breath that I put it here, where when we're breathing in from the mouth and out through the mouth, that's when we're in beta, we're high alert, like high alert. High beta is like awake, like we're sometimes even hyper. So think of when we're running, like we're focused, we're breathing through the mouth, it's rapid. Alpha is, we could do emotional healing, it's in through the mouth and out through the nose. Long, deep inhales and exhales. When we're in the alpha between the 9 and the 13, like hertz level, this is where we're awake. But when I say drowsy, this is the state where we're about to go to sleep. We're not there. This is where we sometimes go in when I'm doing hypnotherapy and regression work. I begin, when people can be in the high beta, I take them to alpha, then delta, where really like miracles happen. Sometimes is in the delta. And the delta is in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you can tell that sometimes that's a deep sleep. You could tell when people are sleeping, our bodies just become so relaxed. And that's like, this is when I wrote Spiritual Crisis, Ancestral and Extreme Trauma Healing. That's that type of breath that we can work in when we're doing that kind of work, that could get us to that zero field. The other thing is the theta. The theta is mental healing. And I go straight in when those that have been working with me or that are on the Soul Star, and I have a billion hypno meditations. I don't have a billion, but I have a lot of hypno meditations on the Soul Star membership. We do a lot of theta work. So we go in through the nodes and out through the nodes. And it's that REM sleep. And in that REM sleep is where you can even do different like of cognitive behavior training. It's where you can do where you can pivot. And when I say pivot has been the word of manifestation tonight. And you can recreate a new program for yourself. So all of these different breaths and DNA work, this is deep work. That's from the mouth, nose, and nose, mouth. This is like advanced enlightenment type of work. Not that, and we don't need to practice that. So I want to all do right now, we're just going to do just a little breathing exercise. So let's all, I'm going to put everyone on here right now. Can you put your cameras on? Let's try to do it all together because let's put your cameras on. We'll do it together. And this is the first thing of what do I look like? I don't want to put my camera on. I don't this, I'm with this one. I'm with that, it's okay. It's wonderful. Oh, I see all your faces. Beautiful. This is great. Okay. So what we're going to start with first is we're going to practice the low beta. Now we're now in beta because we're in the workshop together. So what we're going to do is you're going to breathe in through your mouth, like almost like you have a straw, your eyes closed, and out through your mouth. We're going to do this 10 times. In through the mouth and out through your mouth. Feel your belly expanding and contracting with every breath you take. And if your breath is only constricted in your belly, bring it up to your heart space with the breath. And on the 10th breath, try to hold that breath in for as long as you possibly can. And you could squeeze your body. Squeeze your body. And then when you're ready, gently exhale. And just type in the chat, how are you feeling? Because this is the low beta. The low beta is not really meditative state, but this actually like brings you back to you. It's when you're working on healing, and it's so easy on physical issues. That's on the physical, like we're going to work backwards. Sometimes we're focusing on the results, but now we're going to go backwards. We go from the physical, we're going to the mental, and then we go to the thoughts. I mean, we go to the feelings, and then we go to the thoughts. It's great when it's like, it works actually with our connective tissues, if anyone is in PT, and it helps us release limiting beliefs, conflicting beliefs. So that's one type of breath. Yeah, relaxed, super calm, focused, calmer, totally. Yep. The alpha one, and I'm not going to do it right now, but you can try this on your own after, because it's completely safe, because it's you also. Um, you know, it's yeah, nobody ever died from breathing, by the way. You could breathe. The alpha is what brings us to a beautiful, like if you can't sleep at night or you have a lot on your mind, it's in through your mouth and out through your nose. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. I have a meditation, by the way, that's free on Instagram. I think it's the Ho'oponopono one, which allows, it's like the cycle one. That one's good. And I always say breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. But try, if you want, try doing it where you're going in through the mouth and out through the nose. And on the 10th exhale, like on the 10th inhale, hold your body again. Because when we go into that alpha, that is where we hold a very powerful state of memory in that state. And it brings us to a very harmonious, peaceful state, that the art of manifestation of what is meant to be ours, which is always there, it's easily attained. It brings clarity into the space. So it's beautiful. It subsides any type of anger too, which helps, like, our emotions, our energy, it gets in our organs. Liver is a lot of anger and resentment. The belly has to do with control. So all of those memories, those feelings, they live in our bodies. When we were betrayed and someone lied to us, then we're gonna have issues with our throat. It's like a lot, all these things. So all of these emotions, they show up in the physical. So I'm just going to start with those, which is the low beta and the alpha, because at least that will begin the healing process as well. And therefore you could go into the doors of your manifestation as well. All right, now I'm going to share my screen again. And we're going to go into just a brief meditation, because I want to get you and then into the zero field. And I don't know if I could share my music. Normally I have music, but we're going to go into a Zen state right now. So this meditation is going to be very brief. It's just going to get you grounded, remembering where you are. So wherever you're sitting, if you're lying or sitting down, just make sure that your body is not crossed, your hands are not crossed, your legs are not crossed. And I'm going to guide you now. And just make sure that your phones are off, there aren't any distractions. So just close your eyes. And all you have to do, your job is just to focus on my voice, letting any other noise or distraction just deepen your level even more. And now that you're in this calm state, know that you are the alchemist of your life. Close your eyes. Focus on the place right in between your eyebrows. And visualize now, as you're breathing deeply through your mouth and out through your nose. Keep on breathing this way through your mouth and out through your nose. Visualize the most beautiful white light coming in through the top of your head. And this light is connected to the light all around you and within you. And this particular light is equivalent to the blueprint of your soul, who you really are, not of the labels, the names, the titles, your experiences that you've had in this life, your traumas, your fears. This light, this white light, is the essence of who your soul is. And it's a culmination of all the love that you have attained and the wisdom since you were born, since your creation. And this beautiful light gently goes down your body from the top of your head in a spiral, cyclical way. Keep on breathing from the mouth and out through the nose slowly. And this white light is warm. It feels like home. It nurtures you. It goes through the top of your head and around you, going 3 meters to the left and to the right of you, honoring the law of duality, polarity, as above as to below. It goes to the front and the back of you, the north and the south, going down, relaxing your head, your neck, reminding now, eliminating. It's a light that eliminates any of the dark thoughts, the shadow aspects of negativity, of things that perhaps you saw as a child or that you've experienced. It brings you to healing, activates the healing within you, balancing the left and the right brain hemisphere, connecting you now, going down into the 7th chakra, reminding you, your subconscious, that you are the alchemist and you can create anything that is before you. Goes down your shoulders and into your heart space, floods down your throat, your lungs, and your heart gently pumps this light all through every single cell through your body. And even the mitosis energy effect that you had of the density of the fears that no longer serve you, that aren't yours, that perhaps you observed and absorbed from others. You eliminate it now with your soul's blueprint, your original blueprint. And this light now relaxes you. You allow your shoulders to drop from gravity. And you are now illuminating in this beautiful, vibrant, electromagnetic light, so bright that the hertz, the frequency is equivalent to the one of the creator, which you are. And now it goes down to your belly, goes into your upper back, your lower back, all the way down to your lower spine, your tailbone, and your hips, removing any emotions that are not yours, things that you are harboring in your hips, and your 2nd chakra. Eliminates any fears of being betrayed, feeling courageous, illuminating. Goes down to the bottom now of your thighs, your knees, and all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And in the bottom of your feet, just like lasers, they're grounded to Mother Earth. And visualize roots coming down from the bottom of your feet. For what is invisible becomes the visible. And visualize now, as the master alchemist that you are, the beautiful soul in your original soul's blueprint, the new fertile soil of all that you desire. Finances, abundance, prosperity, harmonious relationships, authenticity, aligned with your dharma, great health, vitality. Plant them now. Plant them now. Allow those roots to go deep, deep, deep into the earth's core as it becomes activated. All of those roots become activated. And your light now, as it travels up with each breath, now just breathe through your nose only, calmly. As this light goes up your body into your heart space, in this beautiful infinity, like a number 8 going back and forth, uniting with the soul that you are, the things that you came here to do, you being the truth that you are. It activates, neutralizes any harm that was in the past, integrates it into wisdom and courage. And knowing that your seed that you just planted in the seeds, and you showing up into the world, being consistent, authentic, loving yourself, declaring to the world and to yourself that you can create miracles and manifest all that you've ever desired. For now, your soul is open, the container is expanded, and may what you desire attract the love that you are. Whenever you're ready, open up your eyes. How are you feeling, my angels? You could go back and do this meditation anytime you wish and have a journal nearby and just write down whatever it is that you feel that come up. What we just did is, oh, great, relieved, light, clear. Thank you for that. What we just did is free. Yeah, you're a free being. Absolutely. Is reprogramming. And the reprogram is not saying of that it's discounting of your past experiences at all. It's honoring of the soul that you are. That's just one way. And that was a little meditation hypno that we did in a safe environment. So the step 1 is reprogramming any false beliefs and honoring what it taught you. Steps 2 is the intention. It's the thought that is behind it. It's imperative that we are consistent with our intention. And how are we consistent? You connect to your North Star. You connect to why you even started, and the why we even started. The first step of the subconscious reprogramming is shadow work. And shadow work is the fears that we were talking about. It's healing your inner child. I'm actually going to upload, I'm going to upload a new meditation on my website with healing the inner child. And, when we set our attention, and this is what we did. Oops, that scared me. Let me just mute. When we set our intention and we visualize that white light, you could visualize pink light, you could visualize whatever you want. I did that just so it's basically it's neutral. It reminds you of the light that you all are. But the thing is, it's like the second part is like the intention is don't get attached to the result. That is the key. I always mention my Conscious Healers Academy. I always say to my students, don't get attached whether it works or not. You're just there to share, but it's really even though that you can't do the work that you do unless you really love people, but it really is, you do the best you can. And then next day is another day to create miracles. So don't get attached to the results. Have that certainty that it will happen in divine timing, but you need to have that consistency of your practice, and that develops trust. And when you develop trust, therefore you then own in on the feeling. what is that feeling like, that of all that you wanted to desire, of like the money, the relationship. And when I say money, money is neutral. There's nothing, it's neutral energy, but it's the abundance of the health, the abundance of the soul-based connections, the authentic connection. So the feeling, what does it feel like inside of you? What will it feel like? When we were younger, at least when I was like, I used to play make believe. Like, we didn't have like a billion distractions. Like I was born in not poverty, but I'm a child of immigrants. I lived in a 1 bedroom until I was the age of 5. I slept in a crib until the age of 5. My parents couldn't afford a bed. And for me, until we moved. And the thing is that I always played make believe. Like, like I utilize different things, and you use your imagination. For the greatest inventors and the artists, they use their imagination. How does a composer make incredible music? They fall into the harmony and the feeling. Harmony, you think of music. I love music. Music is always playing. That's why right now, the fact that I'm utilizing this and not my normal stuff, I always use music in all of my workshops. The part of the feelings is for you to write these are declarations. It's different. It's a declaration, and these are not intentions. And when we feel, this is your blueprint of the new manifestation. I feel blank now that I am. And am. When I say and am, because it's not just like, okay, I feel elated now that I am supported and, in front of whatever it is doing. Okay, I feel elated, incredible, now that I'm supported by a genuine team, and am abundant and can give to charity and help others around the world get clean water. The reason why is that I wanted to be something long. There's something long, but to the point. And at the end, when we do the declarations has to do with choosing. We get to choose. We have free will. Destiny is there. That's why never fear that, oh my God, how am I going to attain it? You do the best you can, because behind the veil, that's what you've always desired. It's there. It's there. So step 4 is taking action. So when you have the declaration of which is this, I feel, you go into the emotion of it. You go into what it is that you're manifesting. And what are you doing that you manifested? Okay, I manifested abundance. Now what? Okay, well, the ones that are abundant, they're like, well, what do I do with this now? So what are you doing with it? It's very important. It's not just doing. All of these 3 things is who you're being. And when you're being, you actually have to take physical action. You take out money from your bank account in order to invest in something, or you create a business plan when if you want to create something brand new, or you sorry, I'm seeing things right now, or you have to take action. Okay, what is your goal? What are the necessary steps to do that? And the necessary steps, you don't think of the massive thing. I need you to go into the conclusion of what it is that you choose. But once that is done, you'll go to the next step. You're evolving. So write down from 1 to, if it's 10 steps, fine. And if later on you're like, oh shoot, I need something between 1 and 2. Okay, put 1A, 2A, or 1A, 1B. Listen, when I was in college, I used to write lesson plans all the time. But look at the way the way a book is organized. And when the most brilliant minds have been actually like diagnosed with ADD, or they say that they have ADHD, they're all over because they're getting brilliant ideas. But then when it's there on pen and paper, you get to do a little bit at a time. You don't have to do it all at once. And then the universe will conspire to do it then with you. You're not in this alone. You're co-creating. To think that we're alone here is the most misconstrued human, not soul, human misconception, is that we're in this alone. Absolutely not. You showed up. You're not here alone. I'm here. There's a reason why we connected. There's a reason why all of you showed up today, where that you're watching. Absolutely. So step 5, you see the results. And when I say the results, first I told you it was 5 steps. I'm putting in 7, and I'll tell you why. The 6th step is celebration. Oh, I love myself a good celebration. I'm a worker bee. I definitely am. I definitely am a worker bee, because I take everything that I do. It's with love. It is with love. I have to learn how to step out, but I love to celebrate. I love to have a good time. I love laughing. I love being with people. I love connection. If you need to celebrate the small wins. The universe, I say the universe is testing you whether or not your container is big enough. If you don't celebrate the small wins, let's say you want abundance, you find a penny. You're not, say thank you, angels, for the penny. Then you have more. You'll get more. Those that I work with that, let's say, have scarcity issues. I'm speaking about abundance right now. I have a whole entire relationship class that teaches you about healthy relationships, also attracting that. But this is the same mindset right now. If someone fears that they're not going to be taken care of, I have them take, let's say I asked them, what's the most you could spend? And they say $99. I said, okay, go take $100 out of your bank account and go give out that money. Just give it out. Just give it out. Like, for what? Give out to the people that you feel that are asking for it. Okay, for charity, for whatever it is, the people that need it most, that you just feel that at that moment, use your intuition. That in itself will neutralize that feeling. It doesn't have that power over you anymore. So then you get to celebrate. I did it. Those little movements, celebrate the little wins, because those little wins turn into big wins. Those breadcrumbs in itself they end up being gluten-free, because I'm allergic to gluten, gluten-free loaf of bread. And I don't eat too much bread, even though I like it. I love pizza. I'm in Staten Island, guys. I love my pizza. And step 7 is to do it again. Do it again. Maybe not in that, when you got it, you have to not overstay your welcome. Okay, now it happened. Oh, I manifested this. Okay. But it didn't show up like the way I thought it was going to show up. Okay, but does it have the same feeling? Yes. Okay. So now when it's over, it's over. Do it again with something else, but make sure that you celebrate those small wins. And the other thing is boundaries. When you are manifesting, have healthy boundaries. Saying no, okay? Healing the inner child, shadow work, knowing when to say no, being a yes to yourself and saying no to others will allow you the time, and that's the patience of heart, of completely putting those things, the heart, the mind, and the spirit together. That's the Trinity. That is the Trinity. You are, and when I say spirit or the heart, I mean heart is like soul. And we are frequency beings, right? We travel in waves. That's part of like one of the laws of the universe. When all of that is together, all those 3 things, we can then declare. And the declaration I like to do in the mirror, somebody said that, of like saying, I love you in the mirror, but you can also do it even with your hands. Your hands have energy points, chakras. They have even different planetary and different mudras. When we're pressing different things, they activate certain things. But even of like saying a declaration is choosing something. So what we do is we take our hands, we rub them together, and we declare, from this day forward, I choose to co-create with the universe a loving, healthy body, physical body, mentally, physically, spiritually, or something better. And so it is. So when we're saying it out loud and we put our hands to our heart, it's like solidifying. And there's something about taking action. And then the affirmation is actually, you're saying it as if it is. That's the thing. Those vision boards don't work unless you're actually doing these other steps. It's just a picture. Great. But you have to reprogram. So you have to take those. And affirmations, I like to say my affirmations. I have index cards all over. I sometimes even have it as a screensaver. I take my affirmations, but I put my hand prayer in prayer hands. And that's an I am. Affirmations is I am. Declarations is I choose. Okay. You always choose to, and you're a co-creator. We put our hands together and you say, I am, I affirm that now with my healthy body, I am able to run a marathon, create whatever it is, world peace. No, remember, no, we're here to break the ceiling. I don't play small. I play big. I play big. That's it. If I don't, I'm not like, it's not about, and I want you to also, don't belittle, don't put, do not minimize your ability, your magic. So the declaration is I choose. The affirmation is I am. And what's meant to be will be. But it's not just sitting there. I did all this and somebody knocking on your door. Hello. No, it's like that certainty. It's that 100% certainty that it will arrive because it matches who you are. It's your authentic self. Because when you're behaving like someone else, in a sense, this is, I'm gonna copy this or I'm gonna do this. It is not lasting. It is not lasting, will not last. And nothing is forever, but energy is forever. And when it is authentic, it adds on to the value of our soul. And that breeds more manifestation. Authenticity is key. Begin kindness, compassion, all those attributes that you desired in someone else. That's the way you begin. That's the common denominator. So part of the art of manifestation is realizing that everything is already that you desire is there. But where is it? You have to do that work. It begins with trust, surrounding yourself with community, investing in your soul growth because the world needs you. Okay. Don't be cheap with yourself. Absolutely not. We want to think, when I say rich, it's not just about money. Pay attention to your needs. Listen to your voice of your soul with everything. And lastly, but I'm going to give you the link because whoever stayed here, I'll tell you, I'm going to give you a link so you can win a free, well, it's not a free, it's nothing's free. Everything is valued. Hold on one second. I'm just making sure that whatever that thing was doesn't get me. You'll come and save me. That I know. I have certainty. I'll manifest it. Okay. I'm going to put the link up in a second, but this is what I want to leave you with also is one of my favorite manifestation quotes is from Marianne Williamson. I have the utmost respect for her. She's such an advocate for our worthiness. She's amazing. So I'm going to just read this and you could close your eyes when I read it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure about you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We're all born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not in just some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And so it is, my angels. So I'm just going to plug in my thing and I'm going to share the link now. Thank you so much for joining. I want to invite you all. Thank you, guys. I want to invite you all to the Vision Quest that I have every single year. It's on January 15th. This is the 10th annual one, decade, guys, that I've been doing the Vision Quest. And what we do is we go month by month, and you know how to navigate through the energies. You go into your own essential blueprint. You're able to, you have this until December 31st, and this is divine. When I say 2023 is going to be your of divine transformation, it is the year of true co-creation. And you can just register on janetnamaste.com. And then we have the Soul Star. It's just a few announcements. Sorry, I have to, my thing is going to, how to read. Hold on one second. Okay, we're good. The Soul Star, what that is that this is a private membership that I kind of launched because I was shadow banned from places because I said certain things, which was so silly, by the way. As you can see, I'm not political or anything like that, but this is really a place where I bring in also different healers besides myself. I show up live twice a month. You get healings, you get hypnotherapy, everything is archived, and live transmissions, because working one-on-one with me is it's limited. I only take 2 new clients per year, and the only way to get a little bit of Namaste, and it's an amazing tribe, amazing group of human beings. And I think some of you are on there, so just definitely type in the chat how the Soul Star membership has been for you, that we launched in March of 2022. So definitely share that. And you guys get 15% off because you showed up until December 31st for the membership. And that whatever you are, whatever you sign up for now, you're grandfathered in, put it that way. And the other thing is, oops, that I didn't realize, that is the Soul Evolution Retreat. You want to spend some one-on-one time with me, with a great group. We have 7 spots available. These are just different things. May 18th through the 21st, it's the Soul Evolution Retreat. This is on sacred lands, and we are going to be utilizing all different modalities, from past life regression to hands-on healing to sound therapy to it's beyond your imagination of the scope of modalities, and it is really special. So you'll just sign up for a call because it's interview based. It's not like I have to make sure that you're a good fit. Just telling you what it entails and if you're ready to commit. And I'm going to ask, possibly, we'll leave it for the Q&A in a moment, but I am going to put in the chat of where you can, let me just see if, yeah, Natalie sent that to me. Here is in the chat. Can I do that? You go on this link because you showed up. It's in the chat box. Oh, you're so welcome, Emily. And I don't know if I can I pin a thing? I don't know if I could pin the link. So you could just go on bit.ly/align with Janet and sign up there. So I'm going to open up, and that's for a free reading. So one person is going to be chosen from that. So definitely manifest that. And I'd love to connect with you all. So I will open up for questions for 5 minutes. And would love to connect and see how you guys loved or not loved. I'm not going to assume anything, how this resonated with your heart. And if anyone has any questions, I would be more than happy to spend the next 5 minutes with you all and sharing space and hopefully enlightening your hearts. So if you have a question, please, you're so welcome, Fallon. Thank you. Please raise your hands. I'm going to put it on the gallery. You could put on your cameras. And if you have any questions, please. And don't think that your question, whatever question you have, know that it will help everyone, by the way. Okay. No one has a question. I answered everything. Go! Like the World Cup. Cool. All right. All right, my angels. So then, I guess I did. You could go back. This is going to be up on, we're going to send you guys the link. Thank you so much. And for everyone that I met for the first time now, bless your hearts, bless your families, happy and healthy holidays to you, from my heart to yours, from my family to yours. I wish you all that you've ever desired, truly. May you be blessed, may you feel supported, may you know that you're loved, and may you know that the world needs your gifts. Please share it. So, love you all. Namaste, everyone. Good night. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Love you. Namaste.
Thank you, Janet.
You're welcome, my angel. Love you.